So this is the story of my 1969 Mercury Cougar convertible. That's when it was actually running. We stripped down the whole front end, pulled the motor, transmission, everything. I was going to clean up that whole engine bay there, and then as we started digging into it a little deeper, found a lot of rust in the frame rails, shock towers. Everything's rusted out. I see a big hole there. We ended up taking one of the shock towers out. But it just was not worth saving. Pulled the carpet and everything, found a lot of rust in the floorboards, and a lot of that had been patched. You'll see that a little later on in the video here. So it was kind of on to plan B, and there's a big hole there underneath the dash. You can see kind of by the light switch there. Pulled the car out, whole front end's off of it, all the suspension, everything's out of it. Look at all the blackness on the floorboards there. Kind of taking a walk around the car here. You can see, doors are still on at this point, but there's a lot of parts of this car that were replaced at one point. The whole driver's side rear quarter panel was replaced at one point. You'll be able to see that a little later on in the video here coming up. But tons of rust, and it's going to be a bear to replace, but we got a whole brand new floorboard for it. Got the inside rocker panels, torque boxes, firewall extensions. So pull the dash out of it, pull everything out. All the electrical, everything's coming out of the car so that we can actually work on it properly. Here's the new front end that I got. I sourced it out of a junkyard. That was, before I fixed it up. So I cleaned it all up and ended up primering it. So it's actually ready to go back on. And at some point it will go back on. But it looks pretty good. So it'll match up and go right in. And at least it's not rusted. There's the car with the front end cut off. Doors are off. Ended up, putting in door bars, pulled the dash out, put a big giant X in it. So that we can hold the car together on the rotisserie there, so we can spin it around and have some fun with it. Door bars are on. That was when we were welding them together. So yeah, car's on its side, which is good because it'll be easier to work on once I'm able to strip it all down. It's kind of cool that, I can flip the whole car upside down. So there's a little, trying to clean up the bottom side of the car. There was a ton of undercoating on it, years and years and years of undercoating. So I was using a pressure washer or steam cleaner to try to get a lot of that off and clean it up and make it look pretty. But after cleaning it all up, discovered that the whole floorboard is going to have to be replaced, and lots of fun to happen here. So, got the car on the rotisserie, steam cleaning it because we got to get all this junk off, all the undercoating that was put on here. Finding all sorts of fun stuff like panels that were replaced and different color paints, and we got green here and there's light blue up here. So we'll keep going. Working on is I actually have to clean off all this undercoating that you see here because I got to get to all the spot welds all along the frame rails and everywhere else. But with all this undercoating on here, it's making it difficult. So I got to get in there. I'll keep spraying and get all this gunk off and clean it up. That's a nice little fun surprise. Yellow. All right, so we got the car upside down because I was power washing with that power washer over there, and I got a lot of water in the car, so I had to get it all out. Still got a lot of work to do. Lots of stuff on the back here, on the other side. Pretty crazy, all the different colors that are on this car because this whole panel got replaced, and as we're kind of going through it here, we're finding all sorts of different patches and everything. So we'll keep cleaning it up. I got lots more hours to put in, but we'll keep going. Oh, look at that nice big hole. See that? Lots of rust. All right, so I spent about 5 hours blasting on this thing today. Lots of work to still be done yet. There's kind of the underneath. There's so much undercoating on this thing, it's insane, but we'll keep working at it and getting it done. I had to get the wire brush out and try to do that, and that power washer, the steam cleaner, that's done really a good job. I'll show you a few things here that we're gonna have to address. So right in here you can see somebody patched that, but there's also some rust showing right in here also, so there's a hole there. And then on the other side it's the same thing. There's little spots that are just kind of not quite sealing, so some seam sealer on there is going to help a lot. Around the back side, you know, you can see they used a lot of dum-dum all over the place, all this stuff. Inside of the car, so the rear quarter panel here on the driver's side was replaced at one point, so you can see where it's blue, like light blue, and then it goes to green. You can see this big line right along here, which is where they replaced that side. On the inside, like where the convertible is, there's this. It's still dirty in here and lots of cleanup, but again, you can see all the blue up there. There's a lot of patch panels in here. You can see this one riveted in. They riveted in one here. It goes all the way around. They did another one up here, so you can see all the brazing that they did, and brazing along there to patch that in. Big hole up there, but we'll address that a little later, because we're going to get all new inside rockers here, so all these spot welds have to be taken out. I got to take the torque boxes out. I got to take the floor pans out and the seat pans out. But we'll get there. We'll keep plugging away on this, and we'll make this sucker whole again. Lots of work. It was about 6 hours today. You know, we'll keep plugging away a little bit at a time.